Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Red Cathedral, the Contractors. Let's check it out. A few things this game comes with is some extra setup cards for different players on how you set up, a solo way to play. It comes with a new black die. It comes with a new favor token. You'll replace the cross in the base game with this one somewhere around the board, and of course roll this with the rest of the die and put those around the board as well. You also have 10 new guilds you're going to replace the clergy with here, and it just says you can only use one. You cannot put all 4 out. However, we have a house rule that you can. I'll talk about that more in my final thoughts. Over here in the setup, you're going to draw a bunch of tokens, these little Kapow tokens, out of the bag, put them in the outlined areas on the board here. Then you're going to shuffle through these little markers here and place one on the top tower of each building. Okay? Now the rest of them, you're just going to flip over and then read what it says, and you're going to block off those areas from the game. So it's going to kind of make the game a little bit more balanced for the number of players you're playing, because of course the more players, the more buildings you have, and the more open spots you have. So automatically in the 2-player game, you'd have 3 of these of the 6 spots already taken up. Also, you're going to be replacing these 2 tokens in the game with these type tokens in the game here if you're playing with the expansion. And whenever one of these little towers are completely filled, you're going to take the top marker here, look at where it's at, and again block out another space. Now if there are any contractors there, they'll just move off the board. But the board gets tighter as these towers get completed. Looking at your player board, you'll see there's a new piece that slides on in just perfectly there. You'll start with one of these little letters, and you'll have these little contractors you'll put over here. Another option in the game that you can do, another action would be to take one of your contractors and place them into any of the open cities that there are. Now, to place one in there would just cost 1 contract. Then you remove that from the game. If let's say that green player wanted to go here, they would have to pay 2 contracts to get here, or 1 to go to Moscow. Or let's say I wanted to go back over there again. Now it's going to cost me 1, 2, 3. So the earlier you do this, the less scrolls it'll take. But as you're removing these from the board, as you see later on, you can get a resource of your choice, or get to put 1 resource into one of the buildings there, or at the end here, you'll even get a prestige if you put all of your men out. Now as you're putting them out, any city they're touching, and Moscow touches every spot here, any city they're touching, you get your choice between either or. You'll place this one over the black marker. You have to pay the 2 coins there. And whenever you use the black die, you get the reward. So in this case would be a brick and a green jewel. Once that's done, you'll flip it over, put it over to the side. There is also some set collection in this game. As you see here, at the end of the game, however many different icons, and there's several different tool icons you collect, you can get up to 16 prestige points, which can really pay off. And of course, if you have multiple ones, so if I had a group of 4 and then a group of 2, I'd get 7 and then 2, so that'd be 9 prestige points I would score at the end of the game. Now, once you take one of these tokens from the board, you'll reach into the bag and randomly replace it with another, like so. Also, the game came with a promo here. How the promo works, I haven't punched this out yet, but what you'll do is each player will select one, or what I like to do is give one out randomly. That's what we're going to do, I think. And then in the game, when you're grabbing one of the little special tokens, let's say, from the towers, instead of placing it on your board, you can choose to replace it with one of your special tokens. These are all powerful actions that you can have in the game, and the cost will be equal to the amount of empty spaces that you have. So, for instance, the first one cost 6. Because 6 coin, because you have 6 open spaces. But as you fill in spaces, like if I filled in 3 spaces, then this one would only cost me 3. So the longer you wait, the cheaper it is. And the earlier you put these in, the more expensive it is. And that's the game. Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? Well, I love Red Cathedral. This one snuck up on me. I didn't know about it till a few months ago. Pre-ordered it, came in, and it's good. It's good. A few things I like about it. I like all the guilds. I'm guessing we played, just to tell you, we played with all 4 different guilds each time we played the game. Because I just wanted to run through, and we haven't played all the guilds yet, but we've played most, I think all but 2. But we put out 4 new ones every round. Now, I'm sure that the reason they don't want you to do it is there's probably some really dangerous combos out there that would break the game. I get that, and I understand it. but we have not found what those combos are yet, and we're still just exploring it. I like a few things. There's a bricklayer. It gives you little bricks that have powerful one-time only actions. There's some diamonds you can get that are miscellaneous resources. I use that a lot in one of the games we played. Several different ones. The rule book will tell you each one, but that's really fun. Now for the contractors and going to that place, that's one I may have a problem with. Now I was the only one, each time we played the game, ever to send contractors out. Everyone did not do that, and I lost. I lost every time by a good bit. Even though I had 7, 9, prestige points. And you can really, once you move around the board again, those prestige points matter again. And you can really start chucking around the board, but it still didn't save me. I was always short on money because you keep having to buy them over and over again because they're one and done actions. And so it just felt like I was spending too much money and wasn't able to get started on my towers enough. Like I couldn't pay for other dice spots, another die. And when I had established a person in every one, or a couple people, no one wanted to go there because for them it wasn't worth trying to get those contracts just to go over there for a one-time action and some victory points at the end, which really doesn't matter. So, and like I said, only twice we've played it so far, but both times I was the only one who went there, and I ended up losing big time each time because it slows you down. So maybe if everyone participates in it, I don't know. I like the new guilds. I am upset that they didn't put that Thieves promo from the first game in here. I thought they would, but they didn't. Maybe that'll be online, available soon sometime. But other than that, Contractors is fine. It's fine. Will I always play with it? Yeah, probably. Probably. It adds some extra actions to do and adds some new guilds. So at least I'll play with the new guilds at least. So for that reason, love it. You can play with or without it, though. I don't know if it's a must-have expansion. All right, gamers, that's it for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!